conversation that you had and the debate that you had, but I can bring you the disappointment that we, as a member of the European Parliament, some members of the European Parliament have for the complicity that now the European Commission and the European Parliament are having towards the genocide of Palestinians. There hasn't been any condemning any word against what is actually being done. The only thing they can say that we need to solve the situation, and we all agree on that, but no one actually takes actions where we could take actions to stop the Netanyahu government. We could, and that's what we're asking for, stop the EU-Israel Association Agreement. We could sanction the ministers of the Netanyahu government and Netanyahu. We could stop having a full arms embargo on export and imports of arms and weapons on Israel, and we are not doing any of these things. We have a political, commercial, and partnering power towards Israel that we should use, and we are not using at the moment, and this makes us complicit. As you reminded, as a delegation of member of parliament and member of the European Parliament from Italy, we went to the Rafah crossing, and we saw that the current situation of the humanitarian aids, they are completely stopped in front of Rafah. The humanitarian workers, the United Nations, are completely desperate for what is happening. What we are witnessing at the moment is a destruction of the humanitarian and international system and law as we knew it. And this is a precedent that puts all of us at risk, because now the Palestinians are going through a genocide and we are doing nothing to stop that. But what if it happens also to other population? We do not bear the we don't have the legitimation anymore to say anything, because we're delegitimizing this system. We are delegitimizing the humanitarian system, the humanitarian aid system that Israel now is militarized and is used as means of control to deport the Palestinian population, and is taken from the United Nations. And the United Nations is warning us that once this can be done ever, we are distracting the international and multilateral humanitarian system. This is what is happening in Gaza. So we need to fight, because the Palestinian people are going through a genocide, and we cannot allow that to happen. We need to fight for justice for these people, but we also need to fight for to maintain the law, the international law, and the multilateral system alive. We need to fight together with the United Nations. We need to fight with all the humanitarian organizations that are fighting now on the ground, and we're not doing anything about this. We have seen this situation, we've seen that in Rafah, but we also seen what has happened to the Madeleine crew. The Madeleine crew was stopped in international sea, in international waters, which is a complete violation of maritime law, a violation of international law. On the Madeleine, in the Madeleine crew, there was also a member of the European Parliament that is currently detained illegally by Israel because she didn't do anything. She was in international waters, and the only thing she actually dared to do was to try to bring humanitarian aid to a starving population. And now she's illegally detained by Israel and the Israeli government, and the European Union, the European Parliament, the President of the Parliament, the President of the Commission said nothing about this. Although there's my colleague, a member of parliament, illegally detained, they said nothing. And this is completely unacceptable. Yesterday, we sent a letter to the European Commission as member of parliament. We was signed in a few hours by more than 40 member of parliament, because that's part of the parliament that is fighting and will not accept this. A statement was released also by the S&D, the Greens, and the Left group to warn and to push the European Commission to do something to stop the violation of international law by Netanyahu. But still, Europe is doing nothing. And also a lot of our governments, including my national government, the Italian government, are absolutely complicit. The Italian government has voted against the revision of the EU-Israel Association Agreement in the European Council, and that is a sign of complicity. So the fight that we're bringing in now is to actually show to the world the complete double standard, the complete violation, the complete atrocity that the Netanyahu government Israel is doing at the moment. And we want the institutions that have the power to stop all this to finally take action. This is what we can do. We have been doing this in the institutions and outside of the institution. On Saturday in Rome, we had 300,000 people marching for Palestine. We need to keep doing this, and we need to keep pushing our government and all our institutions to do something about this.